Hello, this is Alicia. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. I've missed a couple of weeks of uploads and I apologize for that. Mostly it was the holidays were a time of deep stillness, and for me, I believe stillness is a time of transformation. It is the seed or the womb. It is those times of growth and the pot simmering where you don't want to lift the lid. And I've been enjoying this time, but it's also been kind of full of questions. And I'm still sitting in a number of those questions. I'm not rushing to answer them. However, I am trying to kind of feel my way around what I want to do, both in terms of the channel and the content on the channel, as well as just my content creation in general on my website and on various social media platforms. So I'm definitely in a time of transformation. Up until this point, I've been using the little title for this vlog series for getting a new perspective. I'm probably going to be shifting that to something new, maybe a different playlist, maybe a different, opening image or something like that. Mostly because I want to delve more deeply into storytelling. And I'm not sure if I'll be telling personal stories or if I'll be telling myths or folk tales or what exactly I'll be telling stories about. But that's kind of where my heart is leading me for the channel and where I want to go, kind of almost getting back to the original roots of this channel where I've got the ASMR pieces about mythology and digging into some of my more passionate areas of mythology, so to speak. I'm not entirely sure with that in mind what the visuals are going to be. The visuals today are just me watering all my plants. So it's kind of an informal plant tour. It's also an informal house tour where I've got plants in almost every room of the house now. And I've got somewhere between 30 and 40 plants, depending on how you count them. And I've water them about once a week. And it's kind of a process of drinking my breakfast protein shake and taking all my supplements and then also watering all the plants kind of slowly around the house. It takes about 10 minutes to do the whole job. I thought it was a nice, serene backdrop, especially because it's been very cold and very snowy here. Inside the house is very cozy and serene, and I've been enjoying that juxtaposition. It got down to 3 degrees the other night, and it's just been incredibly cold and lots of ice on the ground, making it a little treacherous to go outside. So I'm doing well. I am writing a lot. It feels like every time I complete a project, I get 3 new ideas, sometimes 7 new ideas. And so I'm constantly in a mode of executing on some of these ideas and at least trying to get them down to honor them, so that I can manage working with them later, even if I don't have the time to work with them right now in terms of what all is going on. I just posted a new blog post. I'll put a link in the description below because I just updated my website and I'm very excited about having a chance to redo my website. I also ordered business cards that say Ph.D. on them. And I'm looking at plans for travel, plans for additional research coming up in the year, as well as conferences and papers that I want to present, and putting all of that stuff together as well. So it's a combination of a number of efforts, all kind of coalescing in terms of both my YouTube channel and my web presence overall. Part of that is because, as I've said before, in order to adequately propose and market books, publishers are looking for a certain amount of following, and they're looking for a certain amount of reach for each author. To that end, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I can't make any promises about the content except for that I try to upload Wednesdays afternoons. I've been doing my best. I do want to potentially pull in some affiliate links as well as other kinds of creative projects going forward, but I'm not 100% there yet. So it's just a question of how do I balance the time and the various push pulls of priorities as they occur. And that's mostly what I've been doing lately. Since having defended my dissertation and gotten my PhD, I have been focusing a lot on clearing my path, both in terms of completing some outstanding work that I owed back to editors, as well as this website work that I put together, mainly because those were things that I wanted to just kind of knock out and get out of the way. And I've been very excited to be able to move into newer, more unique and exciting kinds of projects, which is of course like where we want to be, right? We want to be in the creative zone of creating new things rather than just kind of rehashing and editing the old. I do have some longer form pieces of content that I want to make room to make, both nonfiction and fiction books. And so the more I can clear my path with the shorter projects, the more kind of time I'll have to spend on those other longer pieces of content that I do want to create this year. I'm still up in the air about my career path in general. I do know that I am not wild about the idea of full-time work unless it's very fulfilling. I am much more interested in possibly multiple short part-time kinds of gigs and other short-term kinds of projects while I spend the bulk of my time working on writing and publication. So that's where I've been focusing on my efforts. I do have 4 or 5 additional income streams on these like kind of side gig sort of ways already opening to me. Nothing has like actually produced any income yet, but it's there. So I've been very interested in kind of holding the line and continuing the work, even though nothing has bloomed yet. It feels like I've been planting seeds, to continue the transformation metaphor. It feels like I've been planting seeds and they just haven't sprouted yet. And even when the seeds sprout, they take a long time to bear fruit. So I am just watering all of these little pots and hoping that something sprouts at this point. I hope everybody's doing well. Please leave a comment in the comments if you wish to vote or provide any sort of feedback on what you'd like to see this channel become in the future. I did put a poll out, but I don't know if anybody has seen it or responded to it. I'm leaning toward possibly non-ASMR mythology work, but we'll see where the wind blows us, right? All right. Thank you very much. And I'll see you next week.